The story begins with a tense interview segment, in which the renowned TV hostess Monica Brown sits with Victoria, the lone survivor of a horrifying killings that occurred in Miles County. The interview is part of a television special that aims to explore the terrifying events and the murderous figure at the center of it all, Art the Clown. Victoria, disfigured and haunted by her past, nervously recounts her traumatic experience. Monica, still unaware of the immediate danger, celebrates her success in booking such a high-profile interview. She calls her boyfriend to share her excitement, but in the midst of her self-congratulation, she receives an unsettling phone call from someone named Tom. Before she can react, a noise from the other room catches her attention. She investigates, discovering that the source of the strange sound is none other than Victoria, now disfigured and crazed. In a sudden and violent outburst, Victoria attacks Monica, gouging out her eyes with her fingers in a grotesque and chilling scene. Monica's screams echo, but they are cut short as Victoria finishes the grisly act. Elsewhere, two young women, Tara and Dawn, make their way through the night after leaving a party. Tara, the more cautious and thoughtful of the two, suggests that they wait before driving, as she feels the effects of their alcohol consumption. Their carefree walk turns tense when, in the distance, they spot Art the Clown standing motionless, watching them. Tara, instantly feeling the unease, urges Dawn to walk faster, but Dawn, unfazed by the unsettling sight, takes the opportunity to flirt with Art. The two women move on, thinking nothing more of the encounter, but when they glance back, Art is gone. The tension builds as Tara and Dawn stop at a nearby pizzeria to grab a bite to eat. Tara is distracted by her phone, which has run out of battery. The women's attention is momentarily diverted from their surroundings, allowing Art to make his entrance into the pizzeria. His presence is eerie, his eyes never leaving Tara as he silently observes her. Tara, still unaware of the threat, dismisses it, thinking Art is just another oddball customer. But Dawn, in a bizarre turn, becomes intrigued by Art. She invites him to pose for a selfie with her, further fueling the discomfort of the moment. Although Art does not respond verbally, he silently agrees, standing motionless for the photo. The encounter ends quickly when the pizzeria's owner, noticing Art's unsettling behavior, orders him to leave. Despite the incident, Art's presence lingers in the air, and his unsettling behavior makes Tara uncomfortable. As the two women leave the pizzeria, they find that their car tires have been slashed. Tara, fearing the worst, calls her sister Vicky for help, but the feeling of dread continues to build as they wait for assistance. Meanwhile, inside the pizzeria, the owner discovers the manager's severed head in the restroom, the eyes and nose grotesquely replaced with lit candles. Art is once again at the scene, indulging in his sadistic tendencies as he ambushes and brutally murders the pizzeria's manager. Back on the street, Tara and Dawn attempt to figure out how to fix the flat tire. They find an exterminator named Mike working at the building's pest control unit. Mike lets Tara use the restroom, but as she steps inside, she's immediately confronted with a swarm of rats. The smell and the sight of the creatures make her feel ill, and she quickly attempts to leave. Meanwhile, Dawn remains outside, texting away, oblivious to the growing danger. On the radio, Tara hears reports about the gruesome killings at the pizzeria, which sends chills down her spine. Tara's unease grows as she walks down the building's dark, narrow hallways. She comes across a basement door and, out of a mix of curiosity and anxiety, enters. Inside, she encounters a strange woman, who seems to mistake a doll for a real baby. Tara, disturbed by the woman's bizarre behavior, tries to excuse herself, but her attempts to leave are interrupted by Art. He steps into the basement, blocking her exit. Tara tries to flee, but Art catches up to her, and a brutal chase ensues. She narrowly escapes, but Art's pursuit is relentless. He corners her, stabbing her in the leg and choking her, but Tara manages to grab a scalpel, inflicting a painful wound on Art. She stumbles away, injured but alive. Tara manages to make her way deeper into the building, eventually finding refuge in an office. She searches for an exit, but all her attempts lead to dead ends. She finally finds a disconnected phone, but it doesn't work. Desperate, she hears footsteps approaching and tries to signal for help. But it is too late. Art finds her and knocks her unconscious with a needle, injecting her with a sedative. When Tara wakes up, she discovers that she is tied to a chair in a dimly lit basement. The smell of death is thick in the air. In front of her hangs the mutilated body of Dawn, now suspended by ropes in a grotesque display. Art, with sadistic glee, begins to saw Dawn's body in half, showering Tara in blood. Tara struggles to free herself, but Art's grip is overpowering. He proceeds to stab her repeatedly, the scene gruesome and unrelenting. Tara is left for dead in the basement, her blood staining the floor. The madness continues to escalate as Vicky, Tara's sister, arrives at the building, frantic and searching for her sibling. She receives a cryptic text message from Dawn's phone, directing her to meet Art in the back of the building. Vicky, unaware of the danger, follows the instructions, hoping to find Tara. Instead, she encounters Art wearing Dawn's skin, a horrific reminder that Art's capacity for cruelty knows no bounds. Vicky tries to escape but is pursued by Art, who launches a relentless pursuit. The two engage in a brutal fight, with Vicky narrowly escaping his grasp. She flees deeper into the building, hoping to find safety. Eventually, she is cornered, her body battered and broken, but Art doesn't give up. He knocks her unconscious and runs her over with a truck. Her lifeless body is left in the street, a final victim of Art's bloodlust. The police arrive at the scene, finding Art in the process of fleeing. A final standoff ensues, with Art killing a police officer before he is shot and killed by another officer.